What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast. Now, I'm Alex, and in this video, we have to go over a little bit of news on Batman, some URL listings, play testing, a few different things I want to touch on, and also when to expect the next Batman video, kind of give an update on what to expect on the channel over the next little while. Now, really quickly, before I get into this, I know I've mentioned the Discord quite a bit. And I know I've said this in a lot of videos, but we really are very, very close to 500 people now, getting within the 10 to 15 range of it. So if you guys have not yet joined, please check it out. Lots of people there talking about Batman and just anything gaming, movie, in general related. So if you guys haven't checked it out, it'll be in the description below for our Discord. Now, we have a few things we need to go over. Obviously we know this DC event's happening. Everybody's pumped. Everybody's ready for it. Everybody's expecting Batman. And, the biggest question in my mind, right, and I think a lot of people have asked too, is, okay, so we all know that by August 22nd, or maybe like August 23rd, we could say, but like August 22nd is the last day that they could announce this Batman game, right? Because it could be at this event, or it should be at this event. It actually will, but will they have already shown it beforehand is actually my biggest question, right? Because it's something that I've always said is a good idea, that you get out there and you talk about it and you show it beforehand. And we have a bunch of URL listings. So this is Warner Bros. They've done domain names. They've listed them. And, we talked about earlier today how this applies to Harry Potter, how this applies to the Harry Potter game, because there is things for Harry Potter. There's actually a port key games listing here, but there is specific things here for a Batman fandom as well as a Warner Bros. Fandom, a Warner Bros. Games fandom. So they are right now creating listings for lots of different things. Now, again, does this mean that they can announce it beforehand? Yes. Does that give it the possibility, I should say? Is it an absolute confirmation? No, it's not. I mean, it's ultimately, you actually, when you do things like this, and they have done, I'm showing you guys the picture, you register loads of domain names just to kind of keep everything under your umbrella so nobody can take it. That could also very well be a reason. It doesn't have to mean that they're going to do something beforehand, but it could mean they're doing it. It also could mean that they're right now behind the scenes kind of separating where all of these, the information is going to go, okay? And I think there's something from Slasher that he said, because I saw this a little bit right before I recorded this video, that in the posting for this DC fandom, it says that you can follow basically the people that are going to be there beforehand for information that they're going. So basically that means that I think if Warner Bros. Games, if Rocksteady, if they're going, they'll probably say it. I don't know if it would be a big surprise. I think it would be, they'll probably try and, if they haven't announced it by then, they would probably keep it a surprise as to what they're going to announce, even though it's the world's worst kept secrets, right? But they would try, but they would probably tell us that they're going. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So we have these URL postings. They are important. Again, they could mean nothing. They could just mean safety, that they're trying to keep these things, again, under them, that nobody else could maybe take these websites for themselves. It could just mean that they're making websites where they're going to post information on later. It could also mean that they're setting up events beforehand. Again, I use this to kind of make the argument that maybe a Harry Potter one is definitely possible. Again, if you guys want to know about that, I made a video earlier today talking about the Harry Potter possibility. So we have that. We have this, the kind of more information on the DC fandom. And then we also have fun little tidbit is playtesting. Warner Bros. Games has now implemented a new playtesting feature. You go on their website. Actually, it's on the bottom like they have different pictures, and playtesting is now one of them. Also, it's at the top right. It says playtest. Runs you through kind of what it means to playtest, how you sign up, the fact that you have to get to these locations on your own, right? That it's your own, it's going to be your own money flying yourself to these locations. But, basically, it's what a playtester is, and I'll explain a little bit of what I feel about that in a second. And also the fact that it gives locations, and it says there that, like, the locations are pretty much what they do. Like, they don't really go, any location that they give, it's not normally not at one of those locations. And one of them is in Montreal, Warner Bros. Montreal. So a few things to note. One, it would be really cool if somebody as part of the community here was a playtester. At the same time, you can't talk about it. You have to sign an NDA, so you wouldn't be able to discuss to anybody what you play. Secondly, you have to be over 18, and if you are not over 18, I believe it's your parent that has to go with you, and you both have to sign NDAs, again, non-disclosure agreements, which again means you cannot talk to anybody about what you end up playing. And thirdly, again, the Montreal thing is big. It's a really, really big thing. Obviously, they're talking about the Batman game there. Now, what does that mean? Okay, playtesting can be at any time. Okay, obviously it's not in the very beginning of a development process. It doesn't have to mean it's at the very end, though. That's what's a little upsetting about it, is just because there are playtests doesn't mean the game is absolutely ready to go, like it's shipping next month. Okay, now could it mean that it's shipping in a few months from now and like within a year from now? Yes, it's normally at the end of development, but not the very end, because ultimately you're playtesting it, you're going through different stuff, and in fact, I should make it more clear too. Even they say it doesn't have to be for games. In fact, sometimes it's you get early access to like websites. It's different like products or promotions. Like it's kind of weird. Like it doesn't have to mean you're playing games. Different playtesting actually it really just means experiencing things that other people can't experience yet, right? But again, I think it's definitely a good sign. Okay, if you're reading into it like the game is just about done, though, I mean, it definitely is at the end of its development process, but at the same time, it's not. Because again, playtesting, you got to give your feedback. You got to give what you think about the game. It's a process. It's not literally you just sitting down playing a game and then calling it quits. Me like, well, that was a fun game. I'm gonna go tell my friends about it, right? So, and they have to talk to you. They have to work with what you're giving them. They have to make adjustments to their own game. It's not an alpha. It's not a beta that people like online can play. So, does that mean that it's 3 years out? No. Does that mean it's coming out in like a few months? No. Somewhere in between. Now, again, like not in between a few months and 3 years, but in that last little stretch, definitely a cool thing, definitely a different thing. They just added it. It was never there before, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on. So very exciting. I mean, things are absolutely picking up. I know some people were saying that maybe things will like calm down from now, like maybe the things will start to die down and then they'll maybe pick back up right before it happens. Honestly, especially from like the URL stuff, like the website stuff, it could be coming sooner than we think. And I mean, and actually, I didn't mean to say that quote. I know people have said that quote. Literally, like leakers have said that quote. But I think it really is coming. I've said numerous times how important I think it is to get this game announced before this DC event. I think it makes the most sense for everybody. I think it gives you the opportunity to do even more at this DC fandom, and also know, like, because people would know, right? The game exists. We've seen a teaser trailer of it, whatever, and now we're going into it. What can we expect now? Do we expect gameplay? What kind of features do we expect of this game? Very, very cool. I'm very, very excited to see what they do over the next couple months, because I really do think it's possible, sometime in July, sometime early August, that they do something. Again, though, there will be stuff to talk about, because, again, it seems pretty likely that the studios are going to confirm that they're going to be there or not. Okay, so over the next couple months, we'll see if Warner Bros. Montreal, if Rocksteady, if they issue a statement saying, like, yep, we're definitely going, or we'll see you there. Something like that. That's absolutely big. I mean, that would be the final, thing to absolutely guarantee that it's going to happen. So definitely things to look forward to over the next little while. Now, really quickly, before I wrap this up, I just want to talk about what you're going to be expecting. I know, especially newer people, we've gotten a lot of newer people over the last couple weeks. I do make Batman videos. Okay, I make them every 2, 3, 4 days. Like, they happen often, but at the same time, look around the channel, I do make a lot of other videos. In fact, the majority of the channel isn't Batman. So over the next couple days, there's actually, including later today, there's EA Play. There's going to be a lot of announcements from EA. Tomorrow, The Last of Us Part 2 releases. Next Tuesday, SpongeBob, the Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated releases. There's going to be a lot, and I do mean a lot of other videos on the channel. I try to throw in some really fun videos of like other games, other like ideas, of things that I just have on this channel. So there may be slightly less of that, just because I'm covering current games that are either getting announced in the moment, or again, like brand new games like The Last of Us or SpongeBob. So there's probably going to be less Batman videos. I actually think some people may be very excited about that. But I try to shoot for every 2 to 4 days. So every, keep checking back on the channel. I know a lot of you guys are subscribed, do have that bell icon turned on, and I always ask you to guys to do it. But it definitely is important, because again, I don't just cover Batman on this channel. I cover a lot of other things. So still will do Batman. You could probably expect another video like Sunday, Monday, somewhere in that range. I'll try and get a Batman video out to you, but there is going to just be slightly less. Obviously, let me say this though, if anything huge happens over the next couple days, I will find room for it. It does definitely just make it more important that you guys keep checking checking back with the channel, because sometimes, I do more than 3 videos a day. They don't all get notifications, so you may not know if a Batman video goes up. I try to get Batman videos to go up with notifications, but, in the odd time that it doesn't, just keep checking back with the channel. You know to expect at least 3 videos a day, and there's going to be a lot of very fun things on this channel over the next couple of weeks. So, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about all this stuff Batman. Very, very exciting. Hopefully, we get something in July, early August, before, that DC event. But if not, again, we're just a few, since I talked to you guys last, we're a few more days in. We're definitely going to get there. We're all in this together. Light at the end of the tunnel. All of those words that I like to say so often. But they are all honestly very, very true. We're definitely getting there, and I can't wait to experience all of this with you guys. It's going to be such a fun time. So, again, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I hope to see you guys on the next Batman video.